Let's walk through how to create an electrical plan for your affordable housing design project. We're going to get started by going to the floor plans section in your project browser and right-clicking on level 1, going to duplicate view and selecting duplicate from the flyout menu. We're going to now generate a copy of level 1. I'm going to right-click on the name and select rename. Adding electrical plan to the end of this name will make sure that we know that this is the electrical plan that we're going to have. I'm going to go ahead and select everything within our floor plan, and I'm going to choose the filter option up at the top. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to select check none, and we're just going to pick on the things like casework, furniture, generic models. If you have some of these categories, you may not have the exact ones, but really we're going to leave everything unchecked. The items we'll leave unchecked are going to be the doors. And then like here, I've got a rectangular wall opening and I want to leave walls and windows unchecked. If I click apply, you can see all the items that are going to be selected. So once I see that and commit, I'm going to select OK. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to select override graphics in view by element. The only thing I'm going to change here is I'm going to check the halftone box and then select OK. This is going to ensure when I click off of it that we're not going to see a lot of those items within our particular floor plan. So what we have here is that really the items that are prioritized are just the electrical components. So I can also go over to the visibility graphics, select edit, and maybe I want to start hiding some of the things like, for example, casework. I had casework show up in there, which is I got a medicine cabinet in this bathroom, and maybe like the furniture. We want to go ahead and if I click apply, you can see some of those items will disappear. And, you know, some of the specialty equipment we might want to leave up, but we can also uncheck some of that if we need to. So specialty equipment will be down here. And that way we can see some of these items and everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and select OK. You'll see that this is like mechanical equipment as far as some of the washer and dryer. The water heater is a plumbing fixture. Probably want to leave the plumbing fixtures because those are going to be, you know, kind of permanent within our home's design. The other thing too is the casework. I'll need that later. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that at halftone, but at least this cleans up our floor plan so we can start placing some different electrical components. The couple things we're going to start off with is we're going to add an electric meter and a panel, electrical panel into our floor plan. And what I'm going to do here to do that is I'm going to kind of zoom in on my utility room. And this is where I'm going to place the panel and the electric meter. So I'm going to go up here to the Insert tab. I'm going to go over to Load Autodesk Family. In this, I'm going to go to the electrical section. You can also search for it up here as well. So we can also do that. This will be found in the electrical category. And I'm going to go ahead and select that electrical panel and select Load. And then if I go to architecture and component, I'm going to go ahead and place my electrical panel behind this door, and I'm going to place it on a wall to be able to do that. So again, you're going to see there is the electrical panel, and you can kind of tell the look of it is not the same as the water heater. So it's not in that halftone, means we're kind of prioritizing these electrical components. The next phase is I'm going to go ahead and go into Insert, and I'm going to go to Load Family. I'm going to place an electrical meter. I've got a folder here called a Revit Electrical Details. If you need a meter, you can always go out to a website and grab that. And I've also got the link to this one too in the video's description. So it's a generic electric meter. I'm going to go ahead and select Open. And I'm going to go now to Architecture and Component. You'll see it'll load this automatically. Notice how it says place on if it says place on face, you may not get any options. But if I place on a work plane, you can see this is what kind of shows up. So I'm going to go on the other side of the panel here. I'm going to press the space bar to rotate this in this place, and I'm going to place it up on the wall, the exterior of the building. So that way we can have that. I'm going to go over to my 3D view. I'm going to rotate around. Here's my electric meter. Probably want to bump that up just a little bit, which I can always go over here into the properties palette. And elevation from level, I'm just going to do 2 feet and hit apply. And you're going to see that that's going to bump that electric meter up so to be on the outside of the home. All right, so this is the starting of our electrical plan, is to make sure that we end up having, and if I take a look at that level 1 electrical plan, I can see the meter there, and there's my panel on the other side. So this is the starting of the electrical plan. as getting those, first off the meter and the panel as the starting point. And then in the next video, we'll start looking at placing some lights and some other items and start looking at building this out.